Here we have a new 2023 Dodge Charger. This one comes in the GT Blacktop trim level in F8 green on black cloth interior. And our powertrain consists of that standard 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine, made it to an 8-speed torque flight automatic transmission. Coming around to the front end here, we do get LED daytime running lights and LED headlamps as well. Really nice look, especially on this GT. Love just how the body goes together. Just a really mean look, especially in this F8 green. And then down here we get nice 20-inch aluminum wheels. Now we get passive keyless entry on the front, and then we have power mirrors here, power door locks, rear window lock there, and then we also have 4 power windows, with the front 2 being one-touch automatic up and down. And then we get that 276-watt Alpine sound system. Pretty good sized door pocket, and then we have a bottle holder there. Headlamp controls are here. We can set them off, auto, and then we have the corner lights and full headlamps. Then we can pop the trunk from up here. And then here we have our 8-way power driver seat with power lumbar support. But I have the seat up front adjust for someone of my size, being 6'3". So let's go ahead and check out the leg room. So not the best leg room, but I mean, these seats are absolutely huge, so I wouldn't expect that. But still, I can sit back here, plenty of space underneath the seat for my feet. And then when I spread my legs like this, not too bad for maybe a 15 to 20 minute trip. If I lean the seat back up a little bit more, I'd be good. But just not a ton of space back here, but like I said, those seats are huge, so you're pretty much expecting that. But I do like that we have 2 USB-A inputs here for charging, and we also have rear AC vents as well. And then our middle seat folds down, cup holders are there. We still don't have premium dome lights in the back, but that's all right. And then we can hang our clothes here. That hook takes a little effort, but I like how you can stow it away, and then you can just pull it down when you need it. Let's go ahead and make our way to the back. Fuel fillers here, capless. And then with this being such a large car, there's plenty of trunk space here, which I really like. And then I like that they also put this here, and even shows you how much weight you can put on here if you want to hang grocery bags or something in a bag, whatever. And then underneath here, battery, and I believe that is a tire inflator system. And then a little bit of storage underneath there. We're gonna close the trunk here. And gotta love that signature back end. It's been around for a minute. And then dual exhaust. But I want to give a huge shout out to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Franklin for allowing me to review this today. And if you want to fold the seat down, that'll fold just about flat. And then you can run longer objects through there, even to the front if you want to. And then you just have to push it back in to lock it into place. And then we have our front passenger seat here, which is going to be 4-way manual. A lockable glove compartment here. Pretty decent size, and you have that additional storage up here, which I really like. But let's take a look at this window sticker. So you do get quite a bunch of standard features, and then this one also comes with the technology group and the Blacktop package. So the Blacktop package is going to be that exterior look there, just all cosmetic. And then we have the cold weather package, which has the heated front seats, heated steering wheel. And then this technology group is actually really nice because it's only $895, but you get the automatic high beams, the lane departure warning, and the adaptive cruise. We're going to go ahead and pop the hood now and just take a quick look in the engine bay. So it's mostly covered up, but there's that 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice heated leather wrap steering wheel. Over to the radio here, we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio, and then we have wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. 2-stage heated seats. We have our apps here, so we can pull up the performance pages if you want to go ahead and use that, which always takes a minute to load, but really like being able to use this to keep track of how I'm driving, specifically how much power I'm getting, so on and so forth. And I just like that all of this is just readily available. So you can go in there and do your thing. And Bluetooth settings there, and all of our settings over here. So pretty easy to find what you're needing. And just a really easy screen to go ahead and set up, whether it's pairing your phones, whatever. There's a backup camera, guidelines to follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then down here, hazards. And we can pull up the Super Track Pack there, which I like that you get this on the GT. Being able to kind of set stuff up, your sport mode, launch control, all of that. So that's really, really cool. Then we have volume knob here. You can use that to power off the screen. And then tune knob here. And you can use it to scroll through your screens as well. And then AC controls are here, but you can set that, we'll get like a view of it and adjust everything here as well. And I like the touchscreen, it's really easy to use. I mean, just really easy to control. And you have what you would need the most down here, which is your auto mode. And I love that you can toggle that on and off. Fan speed here, temperature here, and then your defrosters. Then the 12 volts down here. Pretty decent sized pocket there to stow your phone if you need to. And then the shifter, hit the lever here, reverse neutral drive, and then you can come over here, manually shift from the shifter. Little storage area there, cup holders here, we can stow those. Center console cubby space, decent size with removable tray, and then we also have 2 USB-A inputs and an aux, and that's how you'll run your CarPlay, Android Auto. Then another 12 volt too. Of course, the 12 volts are mostly just meant for the inverters these days. Well, that's what I use mine for. Universal garage door transmitter, sunglasses holder. Then back to the steering wheel, we can use these 4 arrows and the OK button to go through our gauge cluster, which is a lot you can configure here. I love having the timers and the G-force, all that. And then voice recognition control, Bluetooth controls here. And then we do have that adaptive cruise as part of that technology group. So we have our adaptive cruise controls here. We can adjust the gap for that and then use these set buttons to actually use it. And then we have our standard cruise there. So you just hit the button to go between those, which it takes up a lot of room on the steering wheel, but I like that they did that because it makes it really easy. You don't have to hold a button or go into your screen to go from adaptive to regular cruise if you want to. You just have to set the new cruise there. And on the left side of the steering wheel, these buttons over here are to go through your favorites. You can use that button to go through the favorites, and then you can go use this to actually go through the track list. And that's a seek button there with an actual radio. And you have volume controls here. Yeah. And then up and down for that. And then you do just have one stalk, which I like. Turn signals, and then you push for the front wiper fluid. And you can set your actual wipers from low to high, and then high beams there. You can flash the high beams there. There's our push button start. Finally, here is our key fob with remote start. And next it's time to go ahead and take this new 2023 Dodge Charger GT Blacktop out on the road for a quick test drive. So really like how quick even this V6 Charger is, especially having the torque flight transmission, just really easy to maneuver. Really like the shift points, being able to just shift when I say to shift as opposed to it thinking, oh, I'll just take the suggestion if I think it's a good idea. Like, this actually listens to you. So random downshift, it's ready to go. Random upshift, shift up again. It does what it's supposed to do. So just Really love this transmission. And with this to be such a big car, I really just like how it handles in general. The steering, especially in sport mode, is not super stiff, but it's stiff enough, specifically for a car this large. Now, I definitely wouldn't recommend trying to drift this thing or anything crazy, even on a track, but it's still a fun car to drive. So having the car in normal drive mode now, I stay without the paddle shifters on, still really nice shift points. And then when I put my foot down, really quick shifts. And all in all, the ride has been relatively good. I still have that feel that I can drive this car relatively aggressively, but it still rides really well. Yeah, for this to be a V6, it is really quick. And like I said, for it to be such a heavy car, that's what makes it so surprising. Is it's not light, but it drives very nimbly, if that makes sense. Yeah, the torque flight transmission just really does a good job at handling the power here. So I have the adaptive cruise on now. And just a nice driving feature to have, specifically on longer trips. I mean, you can get 30 miles per gallon on the highway in these Chargers, so they are good for road trips. Now the rear legroom, like I said, that's not the best, but still, you can make it work. You just have to make sure the seats are adjusted. The driver might not be as comfortable. You might have to put shorter people in the back, things like that. But especially if you're by yourself, this can be a commuter car that's actually really fun to drive. And really just like how the brake pedal feels really strong. Now, as I come to the end of this test drive, I finally figured out how to put the sport mode on. I've been trying to do it through the screen, and I do this every time I get in one of these Chargers. There's a button down here you actually use. And that really makes the rev points that much higher in the RPM range. Which makes this even more fun to drive. But all in all, really good car for the money. And the V6 is still a beast, even though it's not a Scat Pack or a Hellcat. So, I mean, if you're in the market for something like this, let's say, I mean, you need a four-door car that still drives like a Camaro or a V6 Mustang, definitely make sure you test drive one of these. And like I said, I finally figured out the sport mode, and it's just that, it feels that much quicker. And just a really fun car to drive. Especially put in that shift mode. Of course, it's hard to do that in this traffic. This traffic's terrible around here, but like I said, definitely a fun car to drive. Love having the adaptive cruise. And it's a learning curve because some buttons are down here and some are on the screen. But once you get used to it, you'll really love driving this car. But this will bring me to the end of my review of the new 2023 Dodge Charger GT Blacktop.